Beneil Dariush is gonna destroy Charles Oliveira, is what I'm hearing from everybody else in the game, bro. And you know the real OG, the best predictor on YouTube, the best matchmaker on YouTube, um, best Riz on YouTube as well, best fighter on YouTube as well. I had to step in and let you guys know. I honestly think Beneil Dariush is gonna win, but I'm gonna tell you exactly how this fight is actually gonna go, and I'm not gonna acknowledge this terrible fucking card. I don't know why Nunes is looking at me like that, bro. She really got me feeling some type of way, and not a good way, bro. Like, why does she look so mad at me, bro? Like, shut the fuck up, man. This card is trash, bro. I'm really about that shit, bro. All right. Let's talk about this fight, though. This is the people's main event. This is the only fight that's worth watching whatsoever. We got Charles Oliveira versus Beneil Dariush, and I'm very intrigued in this matchup. When it first got announced, and this is why I'm picking Dariush, my first initial thought was Beneil Dariush wins. Gut feeling straight away, Beneil Dariush wins. Every time I do that, that's usually what happens, right? Unless the judges decide to rob that shit. Go watch my video about Kai Kara France versus Albazi if you haven't seen it. All right? Got a lot of new motherfuckers around here, all right? But here's what I'm thinking with this matchup. The more I think about it, the more I watch some of their tape, you know, I'm disagreeing with the narrative that a lot of people are saying, which is Beneil Dariush is going to finish Charles Oliveira. He's going to destroy Charles Oliveira. He's going to dominate. All right, I've seen Guru say he's going to finish him. I've seen Lucas Tracy say he's Islam Makhachev 2.0 type shit. That ain't true. That is not true, bro. All right, I'm going to tell you the truth. I'm going to tell you the straight facts about this shit. Dariush and Islam, not comparable whatsoever, in my opinion. I think there's similarities, but not comparable. Not in any sort of way that makes me go, oh yeah, Beneil Dariush is going to beat him the way that Islam did. I really don't see that happening. I think Charles Oliveira is going to come in ready for a fight, dude. I will say this. I do see Beneil Dariush hurting him, though. I do see Beneil Dariush dropping him, or at least fucking him up on the feet, bro. Because one thing I've noticed that I see over and over and over again is he's not necessarily quick. He's not necessarily a one-hit KO artist, but his power and his accuracy and his timing, I think a lot of it comes from how awkward he is. Because the movement of Dariush for his takedown and his overhand left are literally identical, bro. Go watch some of Beneil Dariush's fights and watch the way his head moves when he goes for a takedown and the way his head moves when he goes for an overhand left. It is exactly the same every fucking time. That's why he drops these guys so bad. And I do think that with his chin being so good, his strength, he's got that fucking dad strength. He's got a dad bod. He's got the ability to just flatten as well. I think that's going to be a huge thing. I think he's going to do well on the feet with that slow, awkward kind of in and out, head coming down, head coming up type movement. He's going to land good shots against Oliveira. Not hard to do, let's be honest. Oliveira doesn't have the best defense. But the word that I want to use to describe how this fight's going to look and what Beneil Dariush is going to do is flatten, okay? Flatten is the word that I'm fucking looking for, dude. Because I'm just thinking about the fact that, you know, both of these guys aren't super accurate. Charles Oliveira is way more aggressive off his back, but at the same time, the fact that Beneil Dariush really isn't out here getting submitted by anybody, the fact that his takedown defense is so good, he's going to dictate where this fight takes place. If you look at these numbers, you know that Beneil Dariush is the one that dictates if this fight is a stand-up fight or if it's on the ground. And when I picture the grappling exchanges, I just picture Dariush flattening him, dude. I picture Oliveira throwing up submission attempts and up kicks, but Dariush just flattens him the fuck out with his hips, dude. He just gets heavy in top half or full guard, even at headquarters, dude. Because Oliveira is so accepting of being on his back. He's looking for that wrist. He's looking for up kicks. I do see an up kick possibly hurting Dariush. But unless he one-hit KOs Dariush off his back with an up kick or on the feet, maybe he just rocks him so bad that Dariush can't do anything. I think Dariush is either going to sit him down with a big left hand because of that awkward head movement, or he's going to catch him in an exchange and kind of drop him to a knee for a second and start a scramble. Either that's going to happen or he's just going to wear on him, dude. He's going to have that high volume of takedowns, you know what I mean? He's, you know, I know Oliveira is way more aggressive, but over a fight, I think Beneil Dariush's style is more confusing. I think Oliveira, it's very clear when he wants to strike, when he wants to grapple. And a lot of these guys that he's fighting, they didn't want to grapple with him. But for Beneil Dariush, that might actually be easier for him to grapple with Oliveira than it is to strike with him. And I know that sounds crazy to say, but I just see him, if he gets on top of Charles Oliveira, I don't see anything happening to him. I think he's just going to flatten him out, bro. Like, that's literally the word that keeps ringing in my mind. All right? It's not like Islam Makhachev at all. I don't see him submitting Oliveira. I don't see him fighting at range the way that Islam does. I see Dariush just coming forward, and we're gonna test each other's chins, basically, you know. And I think that with brawling exchanges like that, and a guy that wants to come forward, that wants to duck his head, that wants to scrap, that's gonna tax Charles Oliveira more than you think, because it's all fun and games when Charles Oliveira is the one that's pressing forward. Look at these numbers, man. He's throwing 2.3 takedowns, you know, over a fight. You know, he's really aggressive, especially with his striking. I think his striking is way more aggressive. Yeah, he's really, really aggressive with his striking. And he absorbs a lot per minute as well. But when you're dictating that, you can keep that pace. But when Dariush is a guy that's coming forward, trying to dictate that as well, and equally down to do it, I think that will affect the cardio of Charles Oliveira. Okay, because Dustin Poirier, he melted Poirier with that pace. Poirier was not ready for that. Dariush is ready for that. This is 3 rounds, dude. This is 3 fucking rounds as well, dude. I just think Dariush's style, man, I think he's just a nightmare for Oliveira. Even though, I will say this, Charles is a way better striker. He's a way technically better striker, better jiu-jitsu grappler all around. Dariush has just got that dad strength and that power and the ability to just neutralize scrambling. While at the same time on the feet, he loves chaos. He's the best in chaos, right? He can bang in the pocket just as well as Charles can. He's got power too. So I think just the matchup, I see chaotic exchanges, I see war, but I do see Beneil Dariush winning, because if this fight touches the mat, which it will, I think he'll settle the fight down. I think he'll settle Charles down, and I think he'll just flatten him out, dude. I really think he was going to neutralize the scrambling really well. I don't see him getting submitted. If he loses, I think it will be by KO. And that kind of goes both ways. I don't see a submission happening in this fight. I think either way, someone's getting TKO'd, or it's going to be a 29-28 war decision. But I think the difference is going to be the style of Dariush beating the style of Oliveira, not necessarily the skills. It's going to be a much tougher fight for Dariush than it was for Islam. And I really think that we're going to see, round 1 at least, we're going to see classic Charles Oliveira coming for the kill and really putting damage on Dariush. I do think he will hurt Dariush at some point. So that's my overall prediction, is war on the feet. Oliveira comes out crazy, hurts Dariush, maybe takes him down for a second. Dariush gets back up, boom, lands a big shot of his own, and either he sits down Oliveira and gets on top, or he takes down Oliveira with that strength, picks him up, dumps him, and just kind of flattens him out for the rest of the round. And then the rest of the fight is just close kickboxing and then takedowns or holding against the fence. I think they're going to strike, fuck each other up, and then it's going to be kind of flat, easy grappling. Not necessarily scrambling submissions. I think Dariush is going to hold him down pretty easily, to be honest, just because of the style that he has. That's what he does. So overall, I think this is a question mark on whose chin is better. If Oliveira's chin can take Dariush's power and he can crack Dariush a couple times, he can finish him. He can hurt him. He can stop takedowns. He's a really, really good wrestler, dude. But do I see that happening? I don't think so. I think I'm going to say Dariush does win this by decision. It's a close fight on the feet. I think the grappling will actually be the difference, and the power will be the difference. I think Dariush is going to hurt him. He's going to bust him up. He's going to make him hesitant on the feet a little bit. Or I won't say hesitant, because Charles is never hesitant. I think he'll settle down Charles Oliveira. That's the best way to describe this. He's going to settle him down with big kicks, big punt, overhand lefts, feinting in those takedowns. And then he's either just going to grab a hold of Charles and throw him down, or throw him up against the fence and get him down, or he's going to drop Charles with a big left hand and spend the rest of the fight just kickboxing at range and putting him down and just flattening him out. I think he's just going to flatten out Charles Oliveira. That's the best way to describe. I feel like when you watch this fight, you will get 110% what the fuck I'm saying. When I say flatten, bro, I can just see him just laying flat on top of Oliveira's guard and just nothing happening to him. Like, Oliveira just lays there, like, body triangles him from the bottom and tries to, like, throw up arm bars, and Dariush just sits up and goes to side control, or tries to take his back, and Oliveira scrambles enough, but it's just he doesn't try and get back up. He's trying to submit him, and Dariush just takes control time, and that's how he wins this fight. Really, big shots on the feet, probably more accurate shots on the feet. Clips him in the scrambles, or busts him up a little bit, and then takes him down and just holds him down. I think that's the way that Dariush gets this one done. As for both of these guys' best route to a finish, because I think both of these guys are looking for a finish, there's title implications. Like, they want to be 110% sure. Look, dude, Fuck Poirier, fuck Gaethje. We're getting a title shot. I think both of these guys will look for a finish. That's why I think round 1 is going to be like a round of the year contender in my opinion, or at least round 1 or 2 will be. I think the best route for either of these guys, I said before, I think it's a knockout, dude. I don't really like the thing with Dariush is being compared to Makhachev. Especially Lucas Tracy pointed that out, and I just disagree. He's not a guy that's going to take you down and try and choke you. He's not going to try and slice through your guard and get a submission or a ground and pound finish straight away. He's way more likely to scramble with you, and the guy ends up on top, and he's been taken down, and he's scrambling. Boom, he throws up a leg lock, or boom, locks up a triangle, scrambles him over to his back, starts throwing ground and pound. You know what I mean? Maybe throwing up a triangle off his back or an armbar off his back. I think that's more likely for Beneil Dariush. And against Charles Oliveira, I just don't see that happening. I think his best chance in this fight for a finish is to knock out Charles Oliveira. Charles Oliveira could lock up a submission if he hurts Dariush bad enough, but I don't know if he's going to have the chance in this fight to hurt Dariush so badly that he can finish him. I think he has a chance to hurt him enough to win a round in this fight, but I do think it's going to be 2-1 Dariush. Both of these guys are going to rock each other badly at one point, but I think that Dariush has the ability to dictate where this fight takes place more than Charles Oliveira does. Obviously, Charles Oliveira is better in both of those places of this fight, but thinking about it logically, if there's one guy who can decide where the fight takes place, where he's going to win at, that guy's at an advantage more so than the guy who, if it ends up there, he's like, oh yeah, I'm fine here. But it's not his plan to be there, right? So wherever Charles is not succeeding, I think that's where Beneil Dariush will keep him. And I think he has the skills to beat him 2-1 and win this fight. But it should be a really, really good fight, dude. It's the only fucking reason that I care about this card. Genuinely, if this was a fight night, I would be considering not watching it. Like, it's that maybe not. Maybe that's a bit extreme. But, dude, like, what the fuck is this for the fucking featured fight? Don't look at me like that, you fucking... You know, at least Dan Ige, Nate Landwehr's on here. That's going to be a good fight. No idea why these two absolute bums are on the fucking opener of the card. It should be Nasruddin Mavov, Chris... I'm just kidding. They're not bums. They seem like lovely guys, okay? I'm just kidding. Don't beat me up. All right. Fucking hell. Yeah, just a terrible fucking card. I'm not even going to address this main event. I'm not watching that. So let me know who wins that main event, boys, because I'm not watching that shit, dude. I'm watching the main event of Charles Oliveira versus Beneil Dariush, and then I'm dipping, dude. So let me know down below, guys, who's going to win this fight. What do you think of my prediction? What do you think of other predictions you've heard out there? What's your prediction for this fight? Charles Oliveira versus Beneil Dariush, that is. Don't tell me about Nunes versus Aldana. I will delete your comment. I don't give a fuck. But yeah, boys. Thank you so much for 5K subscribers as well, boys. Big ups. Best editor on YouTube, you know what I'm saying? We only going up from here, bro. So make sure you like, make sure you subscribe to the channel if you're not subscribed. And make sure you go follow me on Instagram at Bedtime MMA. I'm going to see y'all in the next video, man. Let's go. See ya.